This is 12-year-old Mugaga Simon from Bukulula village, Ndagwe parish in Luengo district, trying to complete his homework by reading his notes under a kerosene lamp. Here in Kabalole district, Katuramu Vincent has just received an important phone call from his employer who wants him to go to a mobile money agent and withdraw money to undertake a business task. Before he gets instructions, his battery runs out. He has no idea where to take his phone for charging at that particular time. In Awindiri parish, Arua town, John Lati, an electrician with a certificate in electrical installation, has not got any job in relation to his qualifications for the last 4 years due to limited households connecting to the electricity national grid. He has resorted to boda business. These and many more are the challenges of living in a community where access to energy is limited or non-existent. Over 80% of Uganda's population is rural-based. According to the Rural Electrification Strategy and Plan 2013-2022, 7% of the rural-based population has access to electricity. The rest of the rural population without access to electricity has resorted to kerosene and candles for lighting their homes at night. From an economic perspective, limited access to energy has affected development of Uganda's agricultural sector, as farmers are not able to add value to their produce.
We are very rural in Uganda, and therefore that creates a big challenge in terms of developing infrastructure. You can imagine if you're in a village and your uncle is 200 meters away from you, your sister is 300 meters away from you, and yet you have to share a transformer. That becomes very expensive. Low income reflects in itself in a way that people are not able to connect themselves to electricity. So that's a challenge.
One of the identified barriers to electricity access is affordability to cover the upfront costs of connections. To address this and other sector challenges, government decided to liberalize the sector and bring more players on board. It is against this backdrop that the Uganda Energy Credit Capitalization Company, UECCC, was established to provide financing solutions and technical assistance to enable private sector participation in renewable energy generation projects and access programs.
Energy is a capital-intensive sector. You need significant capital to invest in energy. It's also long-term, so therefore returns cannot come very quickly. In that regard, most people do not find it attractive to invest in energy projects because they are long-term, capital-intensive.
The liberalization of the sector saw a number of private players coming on board. The major strides generated the need for an institution to facilitate private sector participation through provision of specialized financing solutions and technical assistance to the private sector players.
We realized that we needed to facilitate the private sector to invest in those sectors. And they needed, one of them was to ensure that we provide with them financial solutions that were on their way and solve the financial problems that they had.
UECCC was operationalized in 2009 as a government company to serve as a credit support institution and introduce into the Uganda market new and innovative financing solutions for renewable energy generation and access projects. UECCC manages the Uganda Energy Capitalization Trust, which is a framework for pooling resources from government and development partners in order to channel the same to renewable energy projects. The company's governance structure entails a board of directors at the apex playing the role of providing policy and strategic guidance to the company.
The board is constituted to ensure that it encaptures views of the government, but also input from the private sector.
The UECCC Board of Directors is constituted by appointed members including the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, serving as the board chairman. Other members are the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, the Executive Director of Private Sector Foundation Uganda, the Executive Director of Uganda Investment Authority, 2 members selected from the private sector with experience in banking and audit practices, and the Managing Director who provides a link between the board and management. With a vision to be the leading provider of financing solutions and technical assistance to facilitate renewable energy development and access, UECCC has instituted and capitalized several renewable energy generation and access programs. One such program is the Solar Refinance Facility, where a number of participating financial institutions have partnered with UECCC to help households and commercial enterprises acquire solar systems.
We have so far offered the technical assistance to Finance Trust Bank to design the Solar Yange at Finance Trust Bank. We have also worked with the Centenary Bank, and now Centenary Bank has Cente Solar. As well as the other financial institutions. When you go to Post Bank, they are offering the solar loan product as a standalone product. The same with the other banks that we are working with, that is Pride as well as Opportunity Bank.
In Luengo district, where 85% of households do not have access to grid electricity, the local government leadership there engaged the people with the view of finding a solution to this energy problem.
When I became a district chairperson, I had a retreat with my people, and I asked them what they really felt was their need. They, of course, mentioned a lot of stuff, but among those, we identified that energy, water, health, and financial inclusion were the priority. So we prioritized those, and in due course, in relation to energy, we thought we would never get the umeme or grid electricity in every rural area.
As a result, locals were encouraged to form savings and credit cooperative organizations in order to benefit from the solar refinance facility. Using Finance Trust Bank as participating financial institution, the people of Luengo district were provided the necessary funding to acquire solar systems.
Our partnership with UECC is as far as provision of energy to the rural people. And so how this was done was to partner with the local leadership to ensure that they mobilize the population to form themselves into circles so that we can provide them those solars through credit. And because of that, we have provided many households with those solar kits, which is a source of energy for them.
Currently, Luengo district has a total of 300 SACCOs. In one of the SACCOs, out of the 26 people that had already acquired solar systems, 20 had already paid back the loan. They are satisfied with this program.
Solar eno maze nayo ebbanga lyamwe mwaka gumu n'emyezi 8. Kaakati byenjogerako nungi nnyo yatuyamba olw'ensonga nti abaana basobola okusoma ebitabo nga tibalina bukando obwali busobola okwokya bwokya engoye ayinza okusoma n'akeerabira kasigala kaaka waakoowa so bwakoowa ko kasigala kaaka ne kasobola okuba nti kayinza okwokya ebintu oba okwokya ennyumba. Kaakati basoma bwamala okusoma wamalira yeewaka ebira nga yeesigadde ekyayaka. Etuyamba simu kaakati tukyagitwala kugikyajinga tuzikyajingira wane waffe ne security right kwegamba okubeera nti ebintu byaffe tusobola okubikuuma ebiba biri ebweru.
In early 2000s, the district performance in the education sector was very low. Currently, primary leaving examination performance has improved, partly as a result of this solar refinance facility, which provides credit facilities for solar acquisition through Finance Trust Bank.
Before the solar kits, we had the 220 first grades. Today, 3-4 years down the road, we have 680 first grades, which has a big basis on the writing of these houses.
Nga sinafuna solar, omwana yali asoma bubi, naye olwagifuna omwana yeyongera okusoma obulungi, ne tusaba programu eno gavumenti etwongerereko ssente.
Across the country, the solar refinance program has greatly improved people's access to energy.
We have been able to extend facilities to 2,790 loan beneficiaries. And these beneficiaries have included households, commercial enterprises, small businesses, restaurants, bars, saloons, and they have changed the lives of the target beneficiaries, because they can be able to do much more now that they have more efficient energy.
Another program that Uganda Energy Credit Capitalization Company rolled out is the Connection Loan Refinance Facility. This started as pilot program in August 2014 and was launched with Centenary Bank and West Nile Rural Electrification Company, WENERECO, as stakeholders. The target was on companies, entities and households that would like to connect to the grid but could not do it because of affordability barrier. Through this facility, they were able to extend loans through Centenary Bank to cover wiring costs, pole services and connection fees to the utility company.
As a pilot, within 1 year, we were able to make 63 connections using a small pilot amount of 200 million.
Nile High School, a private secondary school located in Drajini Awindiri Parish, Arua Hill Sub-County in Arua, is one of the institutions that benefited from this loan facility.
We got some loan from Centenary Bank for connecting our school to the electricity system. It worked well. We were helped by the bank. They gave us the money. We installed the electricity and we connected the offices with electricity. The classrooms were connected, and we also have the laboratories connected.
According to Alex Aluma, the deputy headmaster, the connection of the school to the national grid has helped in cutting costs of running a diesel generator. Students can now undertake computer lessons and even study at night. John Lati, an electrician in Arua town, is one of the residents that applied for a loan from Centenary Bank to connect his house to the national grid. He is now a proud consumer of this resource and boasts of its benefits.
Yeah, life has changed a bit. Now I don't spend money on buying paraffin. I use electricity. I pay when I know the units are going down. That's now some of the good things I'm experiencing in my home. My children are able to study at night using electricity.
UECCC is responsible for market awareness of its programs and therefore carries out a number of awareness creation activities.
We have come up with a communications and marketing strategy that is guiding our outreach programs and is enabling us to get to the grassroots, where we are creating awareness about availability of our services and also the different partners that we are working with to deliver these services. So far we are using radio talk shows and adverts in the local languages in the different districts. Then we also have road shows to encourage their people to come and attend, and then we tell them all about our services, have our different stakeholders there as well to talk about the products that are on display. Then we also have SMS alerts and many others.
Bakole John of Koboko Town is one individual that learnt of the availability of the loan facility and utilized it.
when I learned that there was an NGO which had pushed some money in Centenary Bank purposely to facilitate those who would want to do installation stroke wiring over their premises, then you could easily access that loan. Now I'm able to see whatever is happening in other parts of the country using my DSTV, because in absence of power, I was not able to do so. And that's the first thing I benefited when I installed the power at my premises. And then with the time, I expect now to start selling these cold drinks in my small kiosks you see there. God willingly.
This is St. Aloysius College Nyaper in Zombo district. It was established in 1937 by the Brothers of Sacred Heart. Since then, it has been running on diesel generators until 2015, when the administration learnt of the availability of the Connection Loan Refinance Facility.
With consultation with people, with the staff from Centenary Bank, we were able to establish that they give loan for such purposes. We went and discussed with them. They gave us the conditions which we were to fulfill, and we came back, put the necessary documents in place, took them to the bank, we filled forms, and that's how we accessed the loan.
The loan helped the school connect to the national grid electricity, and the benefits that accrued were immense.
Last year, as we brought power, we saw there was a very big change, particularly in performance of students in Senior 6. We were able to send about 5 students on a government sponsorship. And I believe the electricity which was put in place contributed greatly for reading for the students. This time, processing documents has become very simple for us. For particularly examinations, we now process it locally. But earlier on, we will go to Paida, we will go to Nebi, which was more expensive on the side of the school.
This is Villa Martina Cottages in Nebi district, one of the businesses that has benefited from this Connection Loan Facility.
Since we opened this place, it was on 1st August in 2015. We started without power, and after, when we received the power, we got a lot of changes. One, our customers who have been coming before power, they were complaining about the cold drinks. But for now, when we have a power, we had a cold drink in the fridge, and the number of the customer has been increased. Secondly, we have accommodations. Our accommodation is self-contained. We have the heaters. A customer who wants to have a warm water can use a power to boil the water from the heater straight away. We have a security light. It has made our place now at night, it looks nice. And also the TV. Those who want to attend to TV, they are free, they can open the TV and watch because of the power.
Because these loans are got from UECC at concessional terms, we also give them to the people at concessional terms. You will find that these loans, we've been extending them at a concessional rate, interest rate of 15%, which is the lowest you can ever access in the market.
The success of this pilot project has now inspired UECCC to open up this facility to more beneficiaries throughout the country.
Given this understanding of the market for our newly created product, which is the Connection Loan, we have now decided to roll out throughout the entire branch network of Centenary Bank, which is 65 branches. And we are making available an additional amount of 2.24 billion shillings, so that all other utility companies that would like to, that have customers who would like to connect can be able to access loans from the various branches of Centenary Bank.
As we speak now, the company has given us another line of credit of $650,000 to be able to roll out to the entire country. And this time we shall be again partnering with Umeme and other energy providers to be able to enable people access energy.
Through the framework of the Uganda Energy Capitalization Trust, UECCC has initiated a rural electrification project known as the Oreo Mini Hydropower Project. The project entails development of up to 10 mini hydropower sites which are not attractive to the private sector for rural electrification.
UECC also mobilized a grant of up to 13.1 million euros from the Oreo Infrastructure Fund of the Government of the Netherlands, and the feasibility studies to develop the 10 mini hydropower projects are ongoing. On completion of the feasibility studies, the construction phase will commence, and as well as construction of a distribution network around the project area.
UECCC's idea of constructing the generation plants and a distribution network is in line with government's projects and initiatives on rural electrification. One of the Oreo Mini Hydropower and Rural Electrification project is the